Starting with the record player itself, that is plugged in to an amplifier, to the phono stage, the moving magnet phono stage. Then the record out is taken from there, and that goes into the record in of my Sony mini disc player. And the record out from there is taken to the Mac. Obviously my speakers are connected to my amp, but you don't hear those when you listen to these demos at all. All you're hearing is the record player going through the amp. It doesn't have to be a mini disc player. It could be a hi-fi cassette deck. If you haven't got one of those, look on eBay. They're going very, very cheaply. And obviously, if you're not really into the cassette bit and you just want the record in and out bits, then all well and good. You don't even have to worry about the quality of it. What I will say is it's very useful to have that, because then you've got the recording level is a very useful way of reducing the volume of the record player, because if you get like a 12-inch single or even some 7 inches, they're very highly loud, as it were, and there's no other way of reducing the volume, because in Logic or Audacity you can't actually reduce the level of the signal that's coming in. You have to rely on your outboard gear to do that. Okay, so here we are then. This is the record that I'm going to play. It's the Decca Give Yourself a Stereo Checkout record. I'm going to give my stylus a quick clean first. Okay, you should always brush the stylus towards you, and it really is not the best idea to do it one-handedly, but I am. Next, I'm going to go down to my amp, make sure that that is switched to phono, and then I'm going to go to the mini disc player and I'm going to turn the record level down by about, I suppose, 9 decibels. I think might be alright for this record. There's not a hugely hot signal on here, but if you get a crackle or something like that, then that can quite often cause the signal to overload in Logic. And because of that, then it makes it very hard to normalise, because one thing I actually don't like doing is doing too much crackle removal. I just like to play the record as is. So here we are now. We've got our signal in to the Mac from the record player. It's necessary to do a bit of trimming down. So once again, let's zoom in a little bit to make sure that we've actually got something to see here. Alright, this is the signal. I'm not actually going to play this in its entirety here. I'll do the demo on a separate video. But you can see that if I play a little bit of this back, you'll be hearing it through the Mac speakers, I'm afraid.
In comparable equipment to play them back, can you hear with true fidelity?
This is a bit that I don't want.
Will help to ensure that your equipment does just that.
So there, I don't actually want that bit. So if I split that by playhead, click the bit I don't want, hit delete, boom, it's gone. All right. Then I use the crossfade tool here to fade that up. Now I'm going to split some of this up a little bit, because I turned the record over during my video. So
with a metronome.
Right, that's it. That's the end of that. You'll understand what that is when you see the proper video. All right, so split that by the playhead. Okay, this bit here now, up to about bar 45, from about bar 13 to 45, needs to be bounced. Okay, so I will call that one stereo left and right. I will add that to the iTunes library. That's actually important. Alright, and I will normalize that. That looks about right for the settings here. Need to make sure that this is right, otherwise it'll chop some of your recording off. Okay, PCM, and we are recording to the 16-bit AV file. Okay, so that goes to iTunes, gets normalized. Okay, and here we are in iMovie. All right, that's the introduction part to the video that I made. And then, oh my lord. Oh yes, that's the introduction. So now I need to import from my camera the footage that I took there. I'll obviously pause while I do that. Okay, but I've got a little card reader, which is... I've got a little card reader, which is... You just heard me drop the camera. I've got a little card reader, which is plugged into my Mac. At least it will be. So here's the finder. I just go to my Canon, find the folder with the footage on it, can have a little spin through, see what's there. You'll recognise most of this from other videos. Okay. I can play it if I'm not sure what it is. Okay, so here we are then. This is... There we go. So that can come out. So all I do is drag that from there onto my desktop. And then that will copy that. This up here is the P5 demo. Alright, so that I will be putting in a separate video. Alright, what I do is simply, all this highlighted in yellow, I just select the bit that I want. You see me cleaning the stylus, changing the volume. And I drag the first bit that I want. Right, now I go around here. Oops, daisy. Around here. Get rid of that bit.
Does just that. Does just that.
So now I've selected a piece of audio. This is the first track that I'm going to put on my video. And that's the beginning.
Record the plan with precise location of sound.
I could probably drag in a little bit further because you can hear it. Now I need to go to the end of the first bit, which looks to me to be just about there. I simply drag that whole bit down into the video. What I would do is now hit the detach audio. That takes the audio off there. I just hit delete. That's the audio is gone. So now I go to the iTunes logo over here. I hit stereo because that's what I'm looking for. Stereo left and right. That's the bit I'm after. And just take it and drag it to the beginning of the clip. This is the clip that was imported into iTunes from Logic.